Hey guys, SirVern back here. Hey guys, SirVern back here.
Hey guys, SirVern back here, and today I'm reviewing Chorus for the PS5. This is an indie game, maybe a AA game. I heard about this first from Metal Jesus Rock. I think maybe he did a pickup video with this game. Had good things to say about it, and anyway, we'll get right into it. I'm going to go over the same 5 categories I always do: graphics, performance, gameplay/story, replayability, fun factor. Give each category a score from 1 to 10, average it up, and then talk about the game a little bit. So we'll start with graphics. I think the graphics are really good. I like all the effects. The backgrounds look really cool. Skyboxes are awesome. Um, yeah, the enemy ships look cool. My ship looks cool. I really like the graphics in this game. The only critique I would have would be the character models. They don't show them too often, but they're not super detailed. But that's just kind of a minor critique. So I'm going to give graphics a really high rating, a 9.5. Next category is going to be performance. This worked the whole way through, no crashes or anything like that, no bugs with missions. The only hiccup I saw was there was definitely frame dips in some of the cutscenes, but that's pretty much it. Other than that, it worked flawlessly, so I'm going to give that category a 9.5 as well. Next category is gameplay/story. So let's start with the gameplay. I really like the gameplay. The ship, the flying mechanics are really responsive. It's kind of like a modern day like Star Fox is how I described it to somebody. You have missions where you may go and kill a bunch of enemies for somebody, they're getting attacked, or a stranded ship, you got to refuel with fuel. Uh, some of the missions though can get really repetitive because you're pretty much in the ship the whole time, or you are in the ship the whole time. It shows cutscenes where you get out of the ship, but 99% of the time you're just going to be flying around shooting an enemy for different reasons or another. So that can get repetitive, but flying in the game feels really cool. All the there's a bunch of upgrades you can do to your ship. You learn 5 or 6 different rights, which are just like special abilities you use to defeat enemies, and it gives you a little more strategy in how you go about firefights. And they do get harder and harder, where you have to depend on those rights to win, which is really cool. The story is okay, but it's very confusing and out there. In fact, when I finished this, my wife probably watched me play half this game, and then last night when we went downstairs, she said I felt like I just got done watching a bad movie. So the story is not for everybody. It's hard to follow, but it's interesting, and it's there. So I'm going to give gameplay/story a 7 because the gameplay is good at first. I think they needed to cut down on the length of this game or figure out some kind of variety in the missions, because about halfway through you've seen pretty much all the missions types, and you're doing the same thing over and over for different story based reasons, and the story is not the strongest. So I give it a 7 out of 10 for that category. Next category, replayability. This is not going to get a high score for me. The only thing that even gives it, I'm going to give it a 2 out of 10. The only reason it even gets a 2 is because some of the trophies are grindy at least, and it would make you play the game longer, maybe do more of the side missions. And it does have a lot of side missions. There's one trophy to complete 35 side missions, which I did, but there may be 75 in the game. I don't know. That's just a guess, but there's a lot of side missions. And like I said, they get really repetitive really quick. The game could have been 75, even half the length it is, and it would have been acceptable to me. I put in about, I don't know, 18, 19 hours because initially I was going to try to platinum the game, but I saw a few of the trophies and I just wasn't interested to put that much time into it. Here's a bunch of screenshots that are coming up. So replayability gets a 2. You may beat it under a harder difficulty. I just beat it under normal, and then I just don't see myself going back and trying to see. Here's the character models I was talking about. I just don't see myself going back and trying to get those trophies. But anyway, a 2. Last category is going to be fun factor. I gave this a 7, like I did gameplay/story, because it was really fun at first, and it was a good game. Like, I enjoyed playing it. I do recommend it because it's also a cheap game. Uh, but it's going to get old for some people. Actually, here's some of the that's part of the trophies, trying to get level 4 on all those different, like use right, all your weapons, all those different things a certain number of times. I think it would get old for some people. So it's a good game, but you're going to get tired of it, I think. So I would recommend just doing the main missions, maybe a handful of side missions. I probably did half of them, and that was enough for me. So fun factor is 7. So just to recap, graphics at 9.5, performance at 9.5, gameplay/story is 7, replayability at 2, fun factor is 7. That averages out to a 7 out of 10, which is an okay game. I did like it, but I didn't love it. Just some notes I wrote, too repetitive. Like I said, you're gonna do the same thing. Luckily, the combat's fun because you're gonna be doing a heck of a lot of that. Some of the you can also explore in the game. They have some hidden items you're looking for throughout the game. That's kind of cool, and they do have different environments. They have like an ice environment, like a cyberpunk looking environment, all kind of cool looking environments to explore. Little indoor activity you see right there, so that's pretty neat. There is no New Game Plus. I really wish that would have happened because that would have added to the replayability, maybe with your rights, because I think to get the final trophies, to get all the different levels with your rights and weapons, you'd have to just like keep an old save or start a new game, which I'm definitely not going to do. Confusing story, and then that's pretty much all I've got to say about this game. It is fun. It is physical, which I love. So if you find this game 20 or 30, $20, I think it'd be worth it. 30's kind of pushing it. I think that's probably what I spent on it would be I think spent 30, but that's been a while. I don't know, but this is an okay game. I had to edit, but anyway, that's all I got. SirVern out.